tries to stay more middle and take some of those angles away. Exciting one. Here we go.
McGuffin to serve. And we see Joseph starting off, does try and put that volley in the backhand pocket of McGuffin. Just misfires.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just a kind of a funny bounce, little skid there for Gabe. Just finding his rhythm here, settle into the game.
And that'll help. That will help him there. Gets the some love off the net.
Yeah, he'll definitely take that just to get the serve on this side. And again, Wynn picking up behind Gabe right now. Almost the exact same spot on the net, Will, and trickles in again for a winner.
And even then, you know, we kind of saw the factor of the wind. Got a bit of a shorter return from McGuffin just because the serve was so deep, and that set him up for an attackable third shot on the forehand.
And again, one thing with that cut backhand, you know, that gives Gabe the opportunity to double up that spin with the top spin. We'll see if he keeps taking advantage.
I think that's a great point because McGuffin almost exclusively slices that backhand return. And so we'll see if he tries to target it.
Yeah, and there you see an example of Tyson running around that backhand to hit an inside-out forehand. Gabe uses that, moves him all the way across the other side, and puts Tyson at a tough angle.
Not easy to hit a shot that Gabe Joseph can't get to.
Yeah, and that one, I think Gabe questioning the bounce on that one too a little bit. Felt like the ball didn't come up, kind of sat there. Thought that he was there, and did seem like from a footwork standpoint, he was there in time. You can see there Tyson buried behind the baseline, but hits a nice dipping ball over the net that forces Gabe to hit up on it. Makes it a little bit more dangerous and creates an error. It's a great shot by Tyson and inside out. I mean, Tyson, one thing about him, and he says this, is that he knows his identity, right? And he knows what he does well, and he stays in that. Very disciplined, finds his spots, does what he does well. Tyson giving everything that he can there, but the wind really behind Joseph pushing him. You hear Tyson just laboring to get that ball back to try to fight it through the wind that is blowing pretty hard right now.
Joseph finding the backhand put away. Gets the side out. And Tui from Gabe Joseph rips that one cross court. So nice compact swing. So smooth.
Tyson able to get that return there a lot deeper in the court, made the difference there. Gabe had a lot of work to do.
4-4.
And in a match that's been as neck and neck as this one has been so far, missed returns could be the difference maker.
That one just sits up, and Tyson does a nice job. Comes in, holds that shot for just a second, shows that he could come cross court, and then as Gabe starts to maybe guess a little bit, takes that back behind him for the winner down the line.
6-4.
Too good from Tyson McGuffin. What athleticism from Joseph to get so many of those volleys back, but McGuffin just too good, too relentless.
good ball. Gabe jokes and says, with anybody else, that ball's out.
4-7.
Tyson called in.
Point.
And of course, after you try and do something nice, you miss the return. Gamesmanship from Tyson McGuffin. Sportsmanship, I should say.
5-7.
Wow, well, I mean,
The footwork, insane.
runs all the way around that, gets it caught, gets jammed almost, and then still hits that inside out diving ball to Gabe's backhand. Such a good ball. And Gabe, I think, surprised maybe by the quality of where Tyson was able to put that ball.
7-5.
And again, Tyson covering both sides of the court, running around it, but then still finding a way to get back all the way back across the court, showing really the fitness right now.
8-5. Ball, side out.
And Gabe Joseph not going to complain about that one.
No, he'll take that.
And as much as McGuffin's been, you know, kind of the louder, the more energetic of the two players so far, Gabe Joseph's still very much in this game one, only trailing by 3 points.
Yeah, and Gabe definitely a person who can score a lot of points in a hurry. So he can find, when he starts finding spots, he can put, and singles is a game of runs, right? So we can see 3, 4, 5 points at a time. Gabe with the serve on his side right now could definitely narrow this gap.
Side out.
And the net cord giveth and it taketh. Gabe had a couple of those early. Tyson gets one here. Feels the more critical right now, though, at 8-6 with the side out, doesn't it?
8-6.
Just out in front of that one is Gabe Joseph, just able to take it early and get that cross-court angle. And put some nice spin on it as well to spin away from McGuffin.
6-8.
Come on.
Yeah, Gabe's starting to feel a little bit, starting to feel the rhythm, starting to talk to himself. So when he gets in his best mode, try to put some points together. He's had a couple nice backhand winners right there in the last 2 side outs. Again, Tyson establishing himself at the line, making Gabe move side to side, forcing the error long. Tyson again kind of knowing where his strengths are, getting him pinned, coming in, and then using the court to his advantage.
8-6.
That one stays in from McGuffin, just that forehand. He's 2 points away from taking game 1.
9-6. Side out.
Yeah, that ball from Tyson gets up a little bit high. Gabe able to kind of pick his spot with it. He could have gone down the line or back diagonal. Takes the angle. Good and clean winner for him there. So we'll see now. Serve back on his side. Can he put a couple together, make a run?
6-9.
Great hands there.
Just a nice sequence. All started from the shorter return there from McGuffin. Didn't look like he quite caught it in his paddle sweet spot, but even then, really nice way of Joseph being able to follow up his 3rd shot drive with that 5th shot put away on the backhand. Maybe just over-rotating a little bit through that forehand. That's one of the challenges of trying to be aggressive off of that slice from McGuffin.
There you go. that ball that's so effective in singles, that kind of midcourt, instead of every ball being all the way back to the baseline, finding that more intermediate ball that's dipping so that the ball, your opponent has to hit up on the ball. And if you're closing on that, lots of ways to win the point with that shot. So Gabe elects there not to take a timeout on 10-6, try to play through it, finds a way to get there and get the side out. Now an opportunity to run with it.
Telling himself to lock in right here. We'll see if he's able to.
7-10. Point.
Gets a deep return there. Still moving.
8-10. Game point.
And McGuffin goes 4 straight balls to the forehand corner. Like Joseph was expecting him to
10-8.
open it up and go cross court, but stayed back. And missed return, gonna close the door on game 1. Tyson McGuffin takes it 11-8, a highly competitive game 1.
Game 2, time in.
Here we go.
0-0.
Tyson just outlasting that, hitting shot after shot after shot, keeping Gabe moving that whole time, and finally puts one out in the corner that Gabe could not quite reach.
0-0.
Get out!
Right out.
And that one, Joseph yelling at it in the air to get out, and it did listen to him.
An incredible point, though. I mean, Tyson hit so many great shots there, but Gabe equal to the task, finding the volley on each one, staying in the point.
Right out.
And again, with where we are in the broadcast booth, just seeing how low those shots, just the margin of error for McGuffin, so impressive to consistently
0-0.
hit that spot above the net.
And Tyson really using the advantage of the wind now, right? So pushing it, keeping that ball, putting it deep on the baseline on that serve.
Right out. Zero, 1. Side out.
Gabe missed there, but you can see the pattern that he's trying to play when Tyson's on the even service side. So he's trying to play the ball across and then back behind Tyson on that backhand.
Point.
Come on, Gabe, right now. Let's go. Go, Gabe.
Gabe Joseph's fans cheering him on,
0.
getting him back to that level.
Point. Timeout. 3-0. Side out.
Gabe does a nice job to get that back out of the timeout, able to get the side out. Great timeout. See if he can run.
0-3.
Go.
Rush it up, come on!
Gabe grabbing the ball, working quickly now, trying to get into a little bit faster rhythm.
1-3.
It almost makes sense with how fast Gabe Joseph moves around the court that he would want to play at a faster rhythm than most players.
3-1. Side out.
And that ball just left up pretty high there from Tyson, so Gabe gave some opportunities of places to put that away, but still had to hit a great volley. And one thing these players do is they make difficult shots look easy.
Oh yeah.
That shot is not an easy shot to hit like that, but he made it look very simple.
1-3. Point.
Yeah, Tyson looks to Gabe there. We're not sure on that call, but looks to Gabe. Gabe says he thought it caught. Great sportsmanship from both.
Love to see that from both guys.
2-3.
What a shot on the run. Gets the forehand angle, just Gabe Joseph, and that's the type of point that can give him a lot of momentum.
Yeah. And that's that athleticism we talked about before, able to run that down, get his feet set on the move, and then be able to bring that ball back across.
Let's go. Come on.
And a nice run from Joseph to tie things up at 3.
3-3. Side out.
And now he'll have a chance to take the lead here in game 2. Found himself down 0-3. That timeout proving fruitful so far.
Gabe picking his spots there. So there you saw it. The ball came and sat. So Gabe had time to sit and hold and kind of look and pick a spot of where he wanted to hit it. Anytime he has that much time, he's going to pick good moments.
Right now, Tyson. Here we go.
Right here.
And McGuffin taking a second just to towel off before this next point.
Maybe catch his breath just a little bit as well with the serve so he can make sure that he gets the best opportunity to score.
3-4.
A veteran move. A rarely seen hands battle in singles. That was fun. Tyson elects to go right at Gabe. Gabe takes it and puts it back and wins that one. What a great exchange.
Check it out right here, Tyson. Right here. Here we go.
4-3.
And Joseph had the shot he wanted. Looked like red that McGuffin was going to go cross court on that volley. Just didn't quite catch the response in the sweet spot. Almost 5-3 for Joseph, but instead McGuffin serving at 3-4.
Tyson will be glad to have that one. A nice cross-court forehand, but on the last point before when he had the serve, felt like he should have won that point. Maybe gave it away, so nice to get it back without having lost a point in between. Back to tied.
4-4.
And Joseph takes advantage of got an attackable ball on the backhand side.
Right back, Tyson. Here we go.
Come on. 4-4.
And a lot of defense right now, Will. So points are very hard to come by. They're precious if you can get them because there's been a lot of side outs. Both players finding a way on receive to hold the service and not give up a point. It's just a battle.
Come on.
4-4. Point.
And it has been a bit of a different feel in game 2. Felt like game 1 was pretty fast-paced from both players, but definitely, as you said, been a grind here in game 2.
Side out.
I couldn't tell, so no call made, but referee thought maybe that was a point, but
5-4.
out by Gabe, clipped off the tape. Couldn't see it from our booth.
And Gabe Joseph trying to will that one to land wide, and it does indeed.
Come on, come on.
4-5. Point.
Gabe will definitely look to build off that service return error. He'll take 3 points if he can get them for sure.
5-5. Point.
A nice sequence there from Joseph. Went deep serve to the backhand, got an attackable return. Opened up the court with, really could have gone anywhere with that forehand. Chose to go cross court.
6-5. Point.
And when it rains, it pours on the pickleball court, Adam.
Yep, absolutely. Those net courts can feel so defeating.
7-5. Right ball, right foot. Point. 8-5.
And a miss-hit winner there from McGuffin.
Yeah, just got jammed a little bit there and still able to get a paddle on it and move around, but apologizing to Gabe for the contact that wasn't perfectly clean.
It's all skill, though.
5-8.
Right, all skill.
Side out. Yes, it's out.
And miss serve from McGuffin gives another chance to Gabe
8-5.
Joseph.
Side out.
I mean, Gabe was on it
Let's go, my turn.
again.
Your time, right now.
So many good athletic plays by Gabe to get to that. But Tyson looks at his bench and says, it's my turn now. Looking to definitely put some points on here. Start to change the tide of this match again.
5-8. Point.
And he gets one there on the missed return from Gabe.
Let's go, Tyson. Use it. Right now. Let's go.
Go, Gabe, come on.
6-8. Side out.
Brush it off. Let's get a point here.
McGuffin gets 1
Right now,
point
Gabe,
on
move.
serve, still trailing by 2. Serve goes back to Gabe Joseph.
8-6.
No!
Side out.
And Joseph, visibly frustrated there, lets out some yells of
Come on.
Tyson.
anger, frustration,
Hit out. Hit out. Here we go. Hit out.
maybe wishing he would have gone cross court with that
6-8.
forehand.
Yeah!
And the pressure mounting here for Gabe Joseph. McGuffin within 1 point now.
7-8. Side out.
Come on, come on, come on.
We have none.
And Joseph asking how many timeouts he has. He doesn't have any. Used one when he was down 0-3 in this game.
Come on, Gabe. Come on. Wake up.
Let's go, let's go.
Come on, baby. Come
We'll
on.
see if that plays a factor.
8-7. Point.
Go, Gabe.
Let's go. Brush it off. Let's get a point here.
9-7.
Let's go. Ready? Right now.
Now!
Come on.
Right
Go.
now!
Go.
Serve back to Tyson there. And Tyson looking at his bench with Kyle and his son and saying, hey, now it's my turn again, right here.
7-9.
Brush it off!
And McGuffin trying to kind of short hop that backhand, just didn't quite catch it cleanly.
We'll look to see here, Will. So Gabe has been really trying to employ the pattern of serving across and then bring the next ball down the line to kind of make Tyson move across. So we might look for this one to come back to Tyson's forehand.
And he called it.
Yeah, so he's really been looking. You can see that same thing on the backhand side, just really trying to make Tyson move side to side on every shot.
Evolve his game
Come on!
to keep up with the sport as it continues to change. And as I say that, misses the return to send us to a game 3. A great response from Gabe Joseph.
Game 3. Time in. 0-0.
Let's go!
Gabe looking at the similar spot as we saw in the first game when he was on this side, when the ball he thought took kind of an unusual bounce. And that one definitely, even from our vantage point, will look like it skidded on him.
Definitely.
New ball, too.
It's a great point about the new ball. In between, with every new game, the players do use a new Vulcan V Pro flight.
Right back. Right back. Let's go.
Sometimes that new ball, before it's scuffed up, might skid just a little bit, the
Right.
sheen.
And that one, hard to tell, but may have been, it was pretty high. It may have been going long, but I mean, so much topspin these guys get on these shots, it's hard to tell.
Yeah, let's go!
Correction. Was there an out call? Side out. 1-1. Point.
And the forehand from McGuffin gets the error, gives him a 1-point advantage.
2-1. Side out.
Let's go. Right here.
1-2. Side out.
And the missed serve there from Joseph, McGuffin will look to take advantage of.
2-1. Side out.
Gabe lets that go. Hair's breadth out, calls it out correctly. Gets the side out.
We've had a couple of just short points here in a row. Missed serve, missed third. Some love off the net there for McGuffin.
Good stretch, a good reach to get to that one. Gabe felt like he had that ball by him and almost did. Tyson, by the thinnest of margins, gets it back. Takes the serve.
2-1. Side out.
Again, just getting McGuffin on the run. That's what's been working for Joseph when he's at the kitchen line. And usually he's looking to attack the backhand first to kind of get maybe a higher or at least a more attackable ball and then hit it to the open court where McGuffin has to hit a running forehand, which is definitely capable of.
Point.
Gabe gets the ball deep in the corner there on Tyson's backhand. Just the air a little bit flat into the net.
2-2.
Another one, almost the same spot on his backhand. Gabe serving on the tee on that one. It's just to see here if Gabe will go back to his pattern, serve outside wide to Tyson, and then bring it back across to his forehand. Oh, this time electing instead as Tyson slides just a little bit middle, holds that for 1 second, and hits that nice top spin down the line. A great pass from Gabe right there.
Just love to see how he kind of had to adapt that pattern midpoint. Saw an opening to go down the line and took it.
The third service return error.
And we might get a timeout here from McGuffin. I'm somewhat surprised that we're not, just because players will switch at 6.
5-2.
Great athleticism by Joseph to get to those and to keep that point alive. But Tyson, too good, stays on the line, continues to find his spot, puts one past Gabe.
Fire it up. Let's go.
Come on.
Two, 5.
Brush it off. Let's keep going.
Great work by Joseph there at the net to move the ball around. Gets one down that Tyson has to hit up on, able to then come and find that angle. Great work by Gabe. See if he can get the switch.
Really strong work from Gabe Joseph. Another missed return from McGuffin.
2-6. I'll recall. Here we go. 2-6.
Stays in for McGuffin. Down the line 3 times in a row. And eventually gets Joseph to try and go middle.
3-6.
Gabe looks over his bench after that one on that high backhand. Tyson into that kind of awkward height ball. Doesn't look like it's going to get it done, but just a really uncomfortable spot. Wins the point there.
4-6. Point.
Not what you want to have here if you're Gabe Joseph. The missed return and a 6-2 advantage, now a 5-6 with McGuffin serving.
Yeah, and Will, so seeing 4 missed returns for Tyson on that far side from us, and now Gabe with a missed return on that side, have to feel like the wind is definitely having an impact from that side, especially in how they're dealing with the return, because they really are trying to get that ball deep so that they don't get beat on the next one.
6-5.
Especially dealing with something like the wind, you know, with how crucial the return is in singles. You still kind of have to go for it, right? Just because, you know, if you leave it even just a little short, then you're probably not getting the third shot back.
5-6.
Yeah!
We are knotted up at 6 in game 3.
By that receiver. 6-6. Point.
And wide is that one from Gabe Joseph.
Everybody looks at everybody. Tyson looks at Gabe. Gabe looks at Tyson. Everybody looks at a ref, and ultimately decided that ball was out. Tyson finding something on his paddle.
It might be sweat, maybe. But dries it off, cleans off the paddle, and he's all good. You know, a pro like that's got everything just the way it needs to be.
Let's go!
A great inside-out forehand from Tyson, and you know, Gabe so athletic to be, and the footwork to get those volleys back without foot faulting at the same time. But Tyson using his movement and the balance, him being off balance against him, finds that open court.
side out there for Gabe Joseph.
A nice volley, finds Tyson coming in, holds that, and puts that volley back behind him into an uncomfortable spot below Tyson.
6-8.
Go!
But Tyson, you know, playing with the paddle again, it looks like maybe the tape on his paddle isn't sticking to the edge of it.
For the latter stages of game 3.
7-8.
Let's go. Let's go.
Tyson, the victor of that timeout. Wondered who would come out of that one and be able to use it to their advantage. Tyson gets the serve back.
7.
Tyson hits the first one as a backhand diagonal,
Let's go.
and then Gabe gets a backhand in the same spot. Tyson runs around the second one and hits that little drop, teardrop, inside out. So good.
9-7.
And a match point now on the paddle of Tyson McGuffin.
Right here, baby.
He just has found an extra gear, and I wish I could say I was surprised, but I'm not. We've seen this time and again from Tyson
10-7.
McGuffin.
Yeah.
And that is gonna do it. Tyson McGuffin moves on to the men's singles semifinals, a thrilling 3-game victory.